Joining us now for more on this, an Finnerty exclusive, is Deputy Chief of Staff at the White House, Stephen Miller. Great to have you back on, Stephen. Can you I just want to address Democrats and their friends in the media continue to say that this is not a Democrat government shutdown. The numbers, 47 Democrats voted to shut the government down, 50 Republicans voted to keep it open. How is it not categorically a Democrat shutdown? I don't understand it.
Yes, of course it's a Democrat shutdown. In the House, Republicans voted to keep the government open. Democrats voted to shut it down. In the Senate, once again, Republicans voted to keep the government open. Democrats voted to shut it down, and a handful of Democrats, like John Fetterman, crossed party lines to join Republicans. But of course, because of the filibuster, the Democrat filibuster, you need 7 Democrats to join all Republicans to keep the government open. So Chuck Schumer is leading his party in a filibuster of government funding, just like Hakeem Jeffries organized his party to oppose government funding in the House. The entire Democrat Party, save for a couple, again, like John Fetterman, have joined forces to shut down the federal government and block a clean funding bill. That's the key phrase, clean funding bill. For as long as I've been into Washington, and I've been in Washington for almost 2 decades, every single time there is a person that offers a clean funding bill, the side that opposes the clean funding bill is always deemed to be the party responsible for the government shutdown. But in this case, it's particularly egregious, because not only did Republicans in good faith put forward a clean funding bill with no policy riders, no new demands, just a straightforward funding bill, but Democrats cited and claimed that their reason for opposing the funding of the U.S. government was in order to provide free health care to illegal aliens. They submitted a legislative proposal that has been made public, and we've highlighted the lines that show clearly in plain English that their proposal would give up to $200 billion taxpayer dollars to illegal aliens. So what is happening here is Republicans are saying, fund the government cleanly, no changes, keep paying our soldiers, keep paying our troops, keep paying our cops, keep providing essential services to the American people. And Democrats have said, we will not pay our troops, we will not pay our cops, we will not perform essential services. Instead, we will demand free health care for illegal aliens or the government shuts down. It is one of the most morally reprehensible things I have seen in my nearly 2 decades here in Washington.
Stephen, I want to ask you about several cities. D.C. is where the National Guard is right now. They will be deployed tonight to Portland, Oregon, Memphis, Tennessee, and Chicago, Illinois, as early as next week. Can you talk about what we can expect to see in Portland as we head into the weekend?
Yes, so this evening, under President Trump's command and orders, the National Guard is being mobilized in Portland to protect and defend ICE officers and federal property, and to empower our federal law enforcement to make mass sweeping arrests of the Antifa rioters, insurrectionists, and assault that has taken place against the federal government. And we will then be seeing in short order the deployment of National Guard to support our ICE officers in Chicago, and then in Memphis as part of the task force, the public safety operation at the invitation of the governor. You're going to see Memphis in an operation similar to what we've seen here in Washington, D.C., in terms of providing street-level security in support of, again, federal law enforcement.
Stephen, how concerned are you about violence in Portland? Because it's not good. As you know well, the situation there is not good on the ground.
Well, I mean, we're extremely concerned about violence, but here's what the more important point is. We're the federal government. We are not going to tolerate a lawless insurrection. We are not going to tolerate domestic terrorism. And we are going after the Antifa rioters, the insurrectionists, the violent assaulters. And we are not only going after them, we are going after their network. We are going after their funders. Every time we make an arrest, we are initiating an investigation into the entire domestic terrorist network. The president issued a national security presidential memorandum, an NSPM, making clear that it is the national security priority of United States law enforcement to dismantle, disrupt, defeat, and destroy these domestic terror networks. And that is exactly what is taking place. It is what we are doing. It is what will happen.
All right. Stephen, just a quick one. We just had astrophysicist Avi Loeb from Harvard University on with us tonight. We've been Continuing to track this Manhattan-sized, what they're calling a comet that's barreling toward Earth. It's called 3I Atlas. I'm just wondering if the president has been briefed on this thing.
Well, I don't have any news or announcement to make on that this evening, but I can say that we have the greatest scientists, meteorologists, astrophysicists, and every other expert that you would need in the federal government to ensure that we have all of the information, all of the material, all of the science that you would need to provide informed education to the American people. And I would just say that there's nothing for us to be concerned about.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring, I hope. And then just a quick one. The city council in Miami voting unanimously on a location for a future site for Donald Trump's presidential library. Now, what I'm wondering is, has he accepted that? Will the library, in fact, be in Miami when his presidency is over?
Yeah, that's indeed my understanding. And I think that the presidential library that President Trump will be building will indeed be a monument to what has already been the most successful presidency in American history. We've never seen anything like it before. What the president has accomplished in just the last several months has no equal in the history of the American presidency. And as President Trump would say, we are just getting started.
Yeah, election day, almost a year ago to the day, 13 months ago, on November the 5th. Stephen Miller, great to have you on tonight. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.